Welcome to another episode of Cyclone Chat. I am your host, Rachel Getterman, and today I am very honored to have Stephanie Palladini with me. Thank you for joining me, Steph.
Thank you for having me.
All right, so let's get started with the question, shall we?
Absolutely.
So the first question is, what inspired you to start volunteering with the Special Olympics Rhode Island?
Oh, well, this is kind of a funny story. So my mom was a one-on-one aide at Cranston West, the high school I went to.
Yep.
And she basically told me I had to do it. And I was really mad.
I
I didn't want to do it. My friends weren't doing it. I didn't think it was cool. And then I showed up once and I never left.
Really?
Yeah.
Interesting. And can you tell me what led you to start volunteering with the Cyclones?
So basically, because I started in high school at the time, they were the Cranston West Falcons. I was 16 when I started volunteering. And then we had athletes that were going to age out of the transition program, and they didn't want to split between all the different programs and agency-based things. So myself and the head coach at the time sat down with Casey and Chris at Special Olympics Rhode Island and asked them, how do we keep our team together? And they said, you have to switch to a community-based team. So at that point, we decided that we were going to make the switch. We put together a bunch of different names. So we could have been the Cranston Crocodiles, but that was not what was voted on. The Cranston Cyclones were what was voted on. So we voted on names. We came up with logos. And then the Cranston Cyclones were born. And then I just stayed with volunteering. That head coach left, and then I took over the team. I was probably about 21, 22 when I took over the team.
Yep.
And obviously was with it until most recently, right?
Yeah, until you got that post right now with Ed now.
Yes. Yep.
All right, next one is, of course, fundraising is a big part of what we do in the Cyclones. And can you tell me what was the best fundraising event you were part of when you were coach at the time?
Definitely the dinner dance. So we started the dinner dance as just a fun idea to make money, have some basket raffles, and it evolved into a couple different themed dances. So it started as just Dress to Impress. Then we did a 50s theme. Then we did a Western theme. And then we kind of decided, okay, we're spending a lot of money on different like props and centerpieces. Like the athletes just like dressing up.
Right.
Let's make it Halloween. So we made it Halloween so we could repurpose some of the decorations and just essentially, make more money at the event. So definitely like all of the dinner dances, probably the 50s one was one of my favorites that we did. But I love the Halloween dinner dance. It's my favorite.
Well, I'm pretty sure all those dances were prior to when I joined, like years ago.
Yes. Those go way back.
Yeah.
What's your favorite fundraiser?
If I had to choose, this is an interesting question for me, but I'll say the dances as well because it supports the team of what we do, and supports the athletes in the team, obviously, and their families.
Yep.
So and then I've been with the team now for just about 4 years now. Well, like 3.5 years, I'll say.
Yep.
And and the dances are fun too. And when we had our team party a couple weeks ago, and nearly next we'll actually a couple weekends ago.
Cool.
We had our team party at the Masonic Youth Center in Warwick.
Yes.
All right, moving on.
Yep.
Now that we talk about the past as Cyclones coach, let's talk about right now and the future in your current position. What exactly is the current role with the Special Olympics Rhode Island you hold right now?
So my title is Chief Mission Officer. It's a pretty fancy title that just means I oversee all the programs. So anything really that's related to the athlete experience. We kind of joke at the office, Ed makes the money, I spend the money. So I work on anything that really touches any of our athletes from a sports perspective, athlete leadership, USA and World Games. All of those programs fall under my hub.
Yeah, and was it a hard transition from being the coach for the Cyclones to become a full-time administrator for the Special Olympics?
Yes. Yes. Very difficult. I still struggle even today. My heart lives with the Cyclones, and that was, that was my baby. That's, my team. So it's certainly always a struggle. I love my position at Special Olympics. I love the fact that I get to meet even more athletes and support the athletes in a bigger level, but the team will always have a special place.
Yeah, it's the team you started.
Exactly. Yep.
And obvious question, but do you miss days of coaching as the Cyclones?
I do, yes. Softball was always my favorite. I just love being outside in the summer. So whenever I'm at the softball tournament, I always feel a little nostalgic about wishing that I was kind of out there playing and coaching. But I'm trying to get a little bit of that. I've been helping out with my daughter's 8U softball. So I'm getting back into coaching, but in a different way.
Yeah, but not with the Special Olympics, but with your daughter.
Correct, yep.
All right, here's the last question. It's for for all the people who are watching this, right? Can you tell everyone who may be watching this a funny or unique story about something that happened during your time as the head coach?
Sure, yeah. This is one of my favorite stories to tell. I think it kind of helped me to understand what I was doing, right? You know, when you're coaching, especially at a young age, and you don't have a lot of experience with individuals with intellectual disability, kind of thrown into it. You don't know what you're doing. You don't know what you're getting into. And one of our athletes, who I was very, very close with, Ryan, I was teaching him how to play basketball. And I said, stand here to rebound. And he did exactly that. He didn't move. He stood there with his arms up. Just, that's it. And I realized at that moment that I had to change the way I coached and the way that I did things. So I went home that night and I said, Dad, I need some electrical tape. I said, why? And I brought the colored electrical tape and I taped boxes all around the court to show them where positions were. And then I, kind of figured out, okay, Ryan, instead of standing here, I want you to move within this box of your position. And it kind of helped me to gain some coaching experience. It helped me to gain some confidence. And it just taught me the community that we're working with and how different it is, but in a great way. And I just feel like Special Olympics has given me so much, to learn.
Yeah, I agree with you on that. And thank you for joining me, Steph. It's been a pleasure to talk with you and tell you about your past experience as the coach for the Cyclones, and now for your work at the Special Olympics Rhode Island itself now.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you so much for having me.
And to all you people out there from home, have a great day, be kind, and we'll see you next time.